Hello, good morning. Welcome to Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. It is my distinct honor and pleasure here to serve this beloved community, Riverside CSL, where we know that love lives here and you belong, absolutely. So we here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, the Gabrielino Tongva, the Kizh, and the Luiseno, and the Pechanga peoples, years of conditioning. So we remember to commit to right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So, I have a question for you. Are you ready to say our focus statement? But before we're ready to say our focus statement, are you going to turn off your cell phones? Yes. All right. So silence your cell phones and let's say our focus statement together while I try. There we go. Let's say our focus statement together. Today we are talking about joy and we're talking about rising. So how about we say our focus statement with all of the R's? Because joy is too obvious. So let's say it with all the R's. So what are some of the R's that we're going to say our focus statement with? Resilience. Release. What? Riz. Relief. Rising. Responsibility. Respect. Righteousness. Realization. What? Reflection. All right. Very good. All right. I think we got some now. So let's say our Lord, my coffee's sitting over there. So this is usually Sanja's part at this point, not mine. So, but Sanja's singing for us this morning. So let's say our focus statement with all of the R's. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes, indeed we do. So, while Reverend Sanja takes her place there, I invite you to stand, and even though there is not a physical Christmas tree in the building, we can pretend that there is one so that we can rock around it. How's that? And here we go.
with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Good morning. I am Constance Stringfellow, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I will be available after the morning service for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located over there. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. I would love to pray with you and absolutely know that prayer works. There's a candle on the table. I invite you to light it together with me now. As we come together in conversation this morning, this candle is a reminder that when two or more are gathered, a greater wisdom is available to us. We experience a deeper love, and our own light shines brighter. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself.
I invite you to close your eyes if this is comfortable for you, and let's just turn within, to that special place within, to that divine presence, that love, that peace, that joy, that wholeness. I know that God is all there is. God is all the good. God is unspeakable joy. God is the beauty in the sunset. God is love, harmony, wholeness, clarity, and so much more. I'm one with this essence of God, of love, of truth, and joy. And as I know this truth for myself, I know it's truth for everyone, everywhere. We are one, and there's no separation in this oneness. As we gather up and get ready for our Christmas season, I know that we're sharing our divine nature, which is love and wholeness with our family and friends in the business of shopping and all the hustle and bustle of preparing for the holidays. I know that we're blessed in everything that we do, we give, and we prosper in our sharing of our love and light. I'm so grateful for this season, which brings joy to my heart, and I know it brings joy to a lot of other folks. And so I'm blessing our church family, our beautiful music today, our ministers, knowing that they are clear conduits for God's light to shine through. They're blessings of love expressing as God. I'm blessing our hospitality, our volunteers, practitioners, core council, and if I forgot someone, you're a blessing as well. I know this is the day that God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I let this be, and so it is.
How was that? Nice, right? Kind of got a jazz vibe going on this morning. Yeah, Jabel and Jeff have the Sunday off, and so Reverend Sanja is singing for us this morning, and the guys are here laying down some groovy tunes, so there we are. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. It's beautiful. And it's so beautiful to see all of you here this morning. Once again, I'm Rev Jeff. I am the senior minister here at Riverside CSL, and it is my joy to be with you on this third Sunday of Advent. Now, normally we don't do Advent here, but you know what? This year I was like, Allison has been subtly, over the years, sharing Unity's Advent booklets with me since, 7 years ago. And this year I was like, you know what? I think we're going to humor Allison this year. So this one is for Allison as well. So we are doing Advent this year, and we're doing Advent from the perspective, of course, of the New Thought perspective, because what we know is that as in New Thought, we are not waiting for God to come closer, right? I mentioned this last week. We're not waiting for God or Spirit to come closer. What we're doing is that we are preparing our consciousness to recognize what is already here. Because the highest most God and the innermost God is one God, right? Is one Spirit. If God isn't a word, then that's fine too. You can use whatever other word you choose to use for the divine, whether it be Spirit, love, beauty, joy, right? Matilda, that works as well, right? Whatever you choose to call the Spirit of your understanding, that is what we recognize here, and we know that that Spirit within you is love. So, week 1 of Advent is the week of hope, of that joyful expectancy of good. Week 2, we talked about it last week, is the week of peace. And last week we talked about the silence and the quiet beneath the noise and the hubbub of the season to make ourselves available to that inner atmosphere that makes the recognition of love, the recognition of joy, the recognition of the season possible. And this week is the week of joy. So joy in this sense is not the kind of joy that pretends that everything is fine, right? It's not the spiritual bypass joy. It's not the kind of joy that waits for all of life to settle down, because honestly, does life ever settle down? No. But it's the kind of joy that rises quietly, steadily, honestly, the joy that comes from remembering who we are and knowing that we are not alone. You see, there's a reason why Advent arrives when it does. Not at the beginning of the year, not when things feel fresh and hopeful, right? But rather, Advent arrives at the end of the year. Technically, it's the beginning of the Christian year, but it arrives at the end of the calendar year when we are carrying the full weight of what has been in the year. And as I said last week, the season is the reason for the season, and the season itself invites us to slow down. The season invites us to go within. The season invites us to become or be more introspective, to really be present with what is. And Howard Thurman, that beautiful theologian, right, names this so beautifully in his prayer against the background of the year. He reminds us that Christmas doesn't arrive in a vacuum. It'd be kind of weird if Christmas arrived in a Hoover or a Dyson. But that Christmas doesn't arrive in a vacuum. It arrives against the backdrop or the background of everything that we've been through for this past year. And so he writes, our minds linger over many moments that stand stark against the background of the year. And so as we gather here today, we don't leave the year behind. Rather, we bring the year with us. We bring the moments that filled our cup to the brim with fear. We bring the moments when times when anxiety crowded out even our own awareness that we were afraid. We bring moments of decisions, those crossroads when something deep within us waited for a quiet inner nudge, waited for a new direction, waited for a new way of life. We also bring to this moment moments of sadness, dreams perhaps that collapsed or sagged slowly under the weight of the reality of our lives. And we also bring moments of awareness, those holy interruptions when spirit broke through and when something dead became alive again, when old ways of seeing suddenly glowed with new light and new life. Thurman, in his prayer against the background of the year, names it all. And every one of those moments belongs right here and right now. You see, here we teach that nothing is outside of the one life. Would you agree? Right? No moment is wasted. No experience is excluded. Everything, absolutely everything, is material or fodder for the inner awakening, for the inner joy, for the inner life, for the inner light, for the inner love that is present. And it is our awakening to it. That is the Advent that we seek this season, or that we experience this season. It is an awakening to it. And so Thurman says something really beautiful in the midst of his poem. He says, moments of joy mingled with the deadly round of daily living, when all our inward parts clap their hands and a new song is born in the heart. Notice what he doesn't say. He doesn't say that joy replaced difficulty. He does not say that joy erased pain. He does not say, what he does say is that joy was mingled with living, mingled with the daily living of our lives. That joy that is mingled within our lives, throughout our lives, that's the real joy. Joy with a capital J. Joy that rises in the middle, not at the end. Joy that arises throughout. Joy that shows up while our lives are still happening. Joy that emerges because something in us remembers the truth with a capital T. Here we teach that joy is a divine attribute of the divine, a quality of the divine expressing through us. Joy isn't earned. Joy isn't meted out. Joy isn't manufactured. Joy, we don't receive joy because we finally deserve it. No. Joy is because God is. Life is. Love is. So therefore, joy itself is. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to beg for it. We don't have to plead for it. Joy simply is one aspect of our divine nature, of the truth of who we are. We have the opportunity to open up to it, to awaken to it. Yes, even in the midst of daily life. That's where we will find joy. Last week, we talked about finding love, right, in the quiet places, or we talked about finding peace in the quiet places. Peace is another word for the divine. Love is another word for the divine. Joy is another word for the divine. So it's in those brief moments, perhaps, when we open and we listen, that we experience joy in the midst of everything. And beloveds, joy is easier to feel when we gather, is it not? Joy is easier to feel when we gather, right? All right. Something shifts when we come together in community, right? We remember that we're not alone. We feel seen. we feel connected. We feel that we are part of something larger than our own individual story. And when that happens, the joy that is within us, the joy that has always been there, that joy rises to the surface because joy is wanting to be expressed. Ernest Holmes wrote, Allison, Psalm, page 389. Ernest Holmes wrote, "We are joined with the infinite in a bond of eternal joy." We are joined with the infinite in a bond of eternal joy, meaning that joy is our nature, and our gathering together helps us to uncover it. Sometimes we don't feel that joy on our own. Sometimes when we're sitting at home and watching the news, especially the news this week, sometimes it's hard to feel joy on our own. Sometimes what we need is we need a community to hold it for us until our own inward parts remember how to clap again with the joy of life. Carrying the burden alone is heavy, but sharing it in community, the weight lifts. You see, in gathering, we create the container for joy to show up. Even those who walked in today that are unable to locate joy for themselves, this is what community does. We hold joy for one another until each of us can feel it again. Shared joy is amplified. Shared sorrow is a softened sorrow. And joy of spirit, the joy of spirit is meant to circulate. It's meant to move. It's meant to thrive. And every time we gather together, joy finds a new pathway. In the gathering, love holds us. And in love holding us, joy becomes possible. Thurman goes on in his poem to name moments of peace, of reassurance, reconciliation, renewal, praise, and thanksgiving. And he says, moments of renewal without which life would have been utterly impossible. And for us this day, there would be no Christmas and no day. Renewal makes life possible. And renewal does not happen in isolation, my beloveds. Renewal happens when someone listens without trying to fix. Someone stays when it would be easier to leave. Someone believes in us even when our own belief feels thin. And someone reminds us of who we are. And this, my beloveds, is what spiritual community does. Spiritual community becomes the container which renews joy, which renews life, which renews love, which allows for that renewal to happen. It becomes the place where love holds when we cannot hold alone. It becomes the soil where joy quietly takes root again. And so I invite you in this moment to go ahead and, if you feel comfortable in doing so, just close your eyes to a soft gaze. And if you're not comfortable in closing your eyes, just allow your gaze to gently travel down the end of your nose so that you have a softer gaze. And I invite us to travel back in time briefly to the beginning of the year as we look at the moments at the background of the year. So we travel back to January seeing what moments stand out. Where do you notice joy in the midst of life? Moving forward into February, what moments come into your awareness? And here too, where might moments of joy be present? March, April, May, June, as we enter the summer. As we say goodbye to the old building. What moments are present? What moments of joy? As we move here, the beginning of July, to this space. What moments are present? And August. September. As we begin to move into fall. And October. What moments are present? The Halloween costume contest, perhaps a moment of joy. And moving into November. Moments of high resolve, perhaps, to quote Thurman. and finally into December, the first 2 weeks of December, to present day. What are the moments most present now? And where are the moments of joy in daily life today? So I invite you to take a deep breath into the moments of joy. These moments of joy throughout the year. Maybe there's just one. Maybe there's a multitude. But breathe into those now. And feel the joy of those moments begin to rise on your breath with each breath. Feel them rise and expand. And take another deep collective breath. And exhale that joy into the room. So we're going to do this on 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. Sharing this collective joy amplifies it, magnifies it, glorifies it, and magnetizes it. For what we seek already is, already within, just waiting for us to do as we've just done, to simply take notice of it. So breathing in again, and exhaling, allow yourself to come back to this time in this space, in this room, wiggling your fingers and toes. And I'm going to invite you in just a moment to move to the tables. Make sure you grab some coffee and some snackies. Move to tables, and we're going to have a discussion around this. These 3 questions. Where have you felt joy arise because you were connected with others rather than being alone? How does being a part of spiritual community help you rediscover joy when it feels far away? And what is one thing that you can help spark or support joy in someone else this week? And go ahead and go to tables and enjoy your conversations here. And I'll check back with you in about 15, 20 minutes or so. Okay, start wrapping it up. You've got 2 minutes to share what you would like prayer for this week, or what you would like your table to know for you in consciousness this week, or affirm for you this week. So 2 minutes. Do you want to take this to sing with the rest? All right. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and come on back. Sanja's coming to the tables to check in and see how y'all did or what y'all talked about.
All right, I'm coming to the tables. I'm going to start in the back. Okay, Suzanne.
Daryl, don't you want this? We
Okay.
sort of only got through the second question, but
Okay,
I think
let's come together so we can hear Suzanne, please. Thank you. All right, Suzanne.
thank you.
Yep.
We only got through the first two questions, but I think our conversation included it all. We all identified family, friends, and then someone who is away, but we still feel very connected to through the demonstration of phone calls, videos, etc. And I think Thanksgiving came up a lot with us too. So we were very thankful at Thanksgiving. And recentering, reminding ourselves how important and how joyful we feel being here on Sunday and then taking that forward. And the conversation at the table is so very, very important to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you. Okay, I'm coming on up. Mr. Earl, let's talk about what your table discussed.
Thank you very much. We had a robust conversation here, and we were talking about some of the aspects of just nature and joy. In fact, the story was shared about the squirrels being on top of the roof and hearing them playing Squirrel Olympics, going back and forth. And those little things like that, bring about joy. If we take time to look around, we experience joy if we allow ourselves to identify with that what we experience, but also knowing that we are one with Spirit. And then the last thing, I think, one way to that you can share joy is just be nice. Be nice, smile, say hello, acknowledge people, and in such a way that they feel important.
I think we also talked about I also talked about being around people of like minds and understanding and not always around negative people. You know, if you find yourself in a negative conversation, what would you do? You move on, right? So that's kind of what we talked about. Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
We didn't talk about this, but just in case you need some joy in your life, go hang out with the dog.
There you go.
All right, and I'm coming up front. Ed, what'd your table talk about?
For number one, we talked about different things. We all had a different experience that we've had within the recently. Listening to live music, having to get together with girlfriends. When Jeff and I went to Laguna Beach for the Sawdust Festival, that was a good memory. Get together with girlfriends. When Chester drove his truck in the Woodcrest Christmas Parade, he got a lot of comments on everybody loving his truck. So he's very proud of that. And the second one, we mentioned doing the communals, there's a Stones in January, that's a really powerful practice and helps us rediscover joy. Being part of the Green Faith group, the connection we built with that, and coming together in like mind as far as passion for the environment and for animals, and coming together as well for the Artist's Way, and mentioning how Reverend Jeff always says, joy multiplies, sadness divides. And we didn't really get to 3, but that's where we were at for our discussion.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And then online, our online table, for question 1, they talked about special times with loved ones. And then being in community helps keep us in alignment and remember the joy. And then to share that, to spark joy in others, is bringing your authentic self to the party, or to the parties, I think. Or maybe it's the partay, I don't know. And bringing a gift of thoughtfulness to others. And then they also sent a picture of their dogs. So there you are. So right there with you, Cindy, play with the dog, right? So I want to thank Dinah for facilitating our Zoom table this morning, so great deal there. All right, so beloveds, this time of year, this Advent time of year, is not about pretending that this year didn't happen. It did. Okay? It totally did. But Advent is about standing together against the background of the year and saying, all of it belongs. All of it has shaped us, and none of it has the final word. Because love is still holding us, joy is still alive in us, and something holy is still being born right here, right now, among us. These are, as Howard Thurman wrote, moments of praise and thanksgiving, when in one grand sweep, the sheer wonder and beauty of living has overwhelmed us. Another Christmas has moved within our ken, and our minds linger over moments that stand stark against the background of the year. Advent looks at it and dares to rejoice. Joy is not denial. Joy is defiance. It's the soul's way of saying, there is more light here than I can see. There is more love at work than I can measure. There is something holy being born in me and in us right now. Joy rises not because life is perfect. Joy rises because love is present. And so it is.
in the way that the mountains greet the morning sky. There's a feeling in the air so rare that you can't deny. Sweeping forward, unrehearsed, spreading all over the universe, an awakening, uncompromising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising. It's a feel-good virus you cannot contain, rolling out like the speed of light, like a runaway train. It's a flash mob celebration, fearless jubilation, an awakening, uncompromising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, joy rising. It's a moment in creation when a new idea is born. It's there in the room when you wake on Christmas morn. It's happiness squared times ecstasy. It's a moment of unity. I believe that we'll finally hear, standing at the crossroad of a new frontier, a realization of heaven here and now, awakening to the stream that we escaped us somehow. Joy rising, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you.
So thank you, Reverend Sanja. Nice job. All right, so I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute to the center this morning and hold it over your heart space. There are several ways for you to contribute here in the room, or if you'd like to text to give, you can text to give at 951-419-5858. Oh, Lord. 951-419-5858. There we go. To text to give, it's just like texting a friend. It's that simple because that's exactly what you're doing. Or you can go online to riversidecsl.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, there is the word contribute. You can click on contribute there and contribute that way. So give your contribution a silent blessing, and then go ahead and place that into the center of the table there, into the silver vessel. And now I invite you to extend your hands toward the silver vessel, and let us say our abundance affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously. With an open heart and an open mind, the universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is. All right, so just a couple of announcements here for you this morning. Today is the second Sunday of the month, which means we've got Drum Circle. Woohoo! So join practitioner Daryl Prince at the back of the room there, and drum, be the little drummer boy this year, and drum away and have a great time doing so. Right, Daryl? That's right. All right. Then the other announcement that we have for you today is next week. Next week, we have there we are, is our season of belonging. This is going to be our holiday music and reading and candle lighting service. The candles should be arriving at my house probably this morning, like right now. So we will have candle lighting, music, and message through written word. So this is the way that we always celebrate the Sunday before Christmas here at Riverside CSL. So I invite you to come and participate in that and enjoy the tons of music that we have for you, as well as the messages in the readings. That is next week on the 21st. And then on Sunday the 28th, we have our Kwanzaa celebration led by Reverend Sanja and friends. And then you heard it mentioned a little while ago. Ed mentioned it when he shared on the 1st of January, which is the first Sunday in January, we will have our White Stone ceremony where we go within and set the intention and allow our intention for 2026, already 2026, to, I know, to arise within us, to reveal itself to us. So that is what is on tap for you in the coming weeks. Sound good? You're going to be here next week, yes? And you're going to bring friends with you, yes?
Yes.
I'm going to say that again. And you're going to bring friends with you, yes?
Yes.
Oh, Casey and Wayne are going to be here next week.
Ooh.
Woo! Which means Coco's going to be here too. Yeah. Casey and Wayne, practitioners, they started here and now they are up in Oregon. And Casey and Wayne are sitting high watch for Portland CSL today. But they are, Casey is the director for Camp Cedar Ridge, for those of you who may not know Casey. But yeah, so they're going to be here next week. So if nothing else, come see them. Come say hello to them, right? And get a great big hug from the very tall Wayne. So there you are, all right? So come see them, come see us, and enjoy the holiday season. All right, so I invite our practitioners and our core council and our ministers to please stand and surround our gathering here. As we come together in consciousness. Recognizing right here and right now, there is the power and the presence of love, the power and the presence of life, the power and the presence of light, the power and the presence of peace, the power and the presence of joy. Right here, right now, right where each one of us is, joy resides. Joy lives, joy flourishes, joy expands. Joy radiates out from within each and every one of us, out into the larger community, because it is joy that meets joy, it is love that meets love. And as we radiate this joy, we radiate the light, we radiate the love, we radiate the peace, we radiate the joyful expectancy of the season, we are met with it, because like attracts like. For there is only one mind, one power, one presence, infinite and eternal, expressing through itself as itself, each and every one. And so I know that this week unfolds with joy. Moments of gratitude and thanksgiving. Moments of peace and reconciliation. Moments of love in glorious full expression. How grateful I am to know this. How grateful I am for the joy that is rising up within each one of us in this very moment. The joy that rises in our hearts. And I release this word, knowing it is done, knowing it is so, and together we affirm, and so it is.
So it is.
And so I invite everyone to stand and let's say this affirmation together. All right. I welcome joy that arises when we gather in love. I welcome joy that rises when we gather in love. One more time for good measure. I welcome the joy that rises when we gather in love. And so it is. So something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called joy.
It is this thing called joy.
Joy is in my mind.
Joy is in my mind.
Joy is in my heart.
Joy is in my heart.
Joy is in everything I do.
Joy is in everything I do.
I am it.
I am it.
I share it.
I share it.
I receive it.
I receive it.
And I move joy forward.
And I move joy forward.
Because
joy lives here.
Happy Sunday. Let's sing. Here we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God, there's a power. Family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song above. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.